I don't want to be a mafia. No, none can make one, none can make one. No, we don't want to do that. 2007. 2007. Have you been in it? No, none can make one. I did for one. So up a leak. One day, the vegetable, one day, we can buy, we was on wine, no, no. Where was no woman on our? Where was no woman on our? About them, I could have 12 Fabia. About a woman, I could have 12 Fabia. Not the Canada. I do not have a Baladin of Biafra, you wouldn't get the Canada. I have 12 Fabia. I know much. I do that. Never on a movie that told you, I know much. Well, I know much. I'm going to go find the photo of my much. I don't know much. I want to memory. Is it going to be a program? I kill you that way. I don't know, and I never have a young man. I want to know about Biafra. For coming over to put a man, I'm going to go to the Jolly Bravo, maybe Bravo, and Jay thinking I can why not I got the shop. When I say to go, Beacon, Yamalayo, I will name I don't know about what they do. Every rock, about 21. 21 salute God. 21 God. All work, you didn't know what you walk up at that. Everyone will walk at that. I'm a never know. No, the milk. I do like a legacy. No, I do like a legacy. I have
na-eme n'ụbọchị nketa obodo ekwensị bụ zuu Naijiria. Lekwa Naijiria ma dọsa ya Chineke nna dị ngọzi. Onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Naijiria wee wuru ofu nna nke Brgie ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi. Chineke nna kiwe biko bịa ka iwe kpọọ ha ọkụ. Kpọọ ha ọkụ kpee ezinụlọ ha ọkụ. Ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụladị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mezuru ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Naijiria na mma, ọ ga-adịrị onye ahụ na mma na ezinụlọ na mma site ka o si wee na-eme n'ụbọchị nketa obodo ekwensị bụ zuu Naijiria. Lekwa Naijiria ma dọsa ya Chineke nna dị ngọzi. Onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Naijiria wee wuru ofu nna nke Brgie ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi. Chineke nna kiwe biko bịa ka iwe kpọọ ha ọkụ. Kpọọ ha ọkụ kpee ezinụlọ ha ọkụ. Ka ha ra agbanyeghị ndị ha bụ ọbụladị ndị ụkọchukwu onye ọbụla mezuru ọnụ ma kulie wee sị na ọ ga-adịrị Naijiria na mma, ọ ga.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this very program today, wherever you are connecting from. I thank you for being part of this program. Wherever you are joining us from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, continue to protect you, continue to secure you. Today is a special day. As every one of you that is watching out there knows, today is Monday. Remember, today is a sit at home, a day that Biafra land is on total lockdown. Wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama to like and share to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Don't keep the message to yourself. We must continue to preach the gospel of Biafra to the ends of the world. Everybody must hear us. No matter how they try to hinder us, no matter how they try to block us, no matter how they try to stop us from preaching this gospel, we will never stop. The more they try to stop us, the more we make more move and we overcome them. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, I thank every Biafra that participated on today's sit at home, as Biafra land is under lock and key. While we wait for the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra, Biafran people across the world are doing exploit. Biafra people across the world are doing their part. Biafra people across the world are showing the world that they are no longer interested in the zoological republic called Nigeria. Nigerian government is a terrorist government. Not just because we wish to do so, not just because we want to say so, but that is the reality. What I am saying today, it's not a propaganda. It is not a blackmail. It is not to paint them bad, but that is exactly what is the situation. Nigerian government is a terrorist government terrorizing its citizens. The terrorists have taken over Nigerian government, and today the terrorists are the one dictating what happens and how it happens. And Biafran people, we say we can no longer be part of this madness. Biafrans have made up their mind to walk out of the zoo. And as we are walking out, we are establishing a sane country where the rule of law will be respected. We are getting into Biafra. Wherever you are and you're watching this program, I urge you to share. Today is that day that we have chose. A chosen day by the Biafran people, a day we demand the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. A day that we come together and we ask the unconditional release of every political prisoner from Biafra territory. The day we raise the delegitimization of the Zoological Republic to the highest level. A day we tell the world that the zoo has lost legitimacy in Biafran territory. It is a total lockdown and Biafra land is shut down. We will continue to observe it until Biafra is finally restored, and we will build a nation. We will be a nation where peace and progress will be the order of the day. The Biafran people have suffered a lot of humiliation. The Biafran people have suffered a lot of attack. Biafran people have suffered a lot of intimidation. And we cannot continue to pretend about all these things. We cannot continue to pretend all is well. That is why every Monday, Biafra land is under lock and key in demand of the release, unconditional release of Mazen Nandekano, in demand of the release of every Biafran political prisoner, and to stop the kidnap of the Biafran people across the world. My fellow Biafrans that are watching this program, I want you to watch closely and support the Biafra Republic Government in Exile in everything they are doing. If you are still standing on the fence at this time, today being the 11th day of November 2024, you are still standing on the fence, it means you are evil. If you have not started supporting the Prime Minister, Ekpa, if you have not started supporting the Biafra government, you are evil. And I bet you your evil is going to visit you, because we are counting days. The convention of the Biafran people is going to start on the 29th of this month. We are counting days. In few days' time, in very few days' time, it is going to be a bombshell. In few days' time, people across the world are going to pay attention. People across the world are going to look through and see what is going on. In few days' time, it is going to be massive. So I urge every one of you, wherever you are, to tighten up your belt. The battle is not going to be easy, but I bet you the government of Biafra is prepared under the command of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. The Liberation Army of Biafra is prepared. I want to ask you as a Biafran, how prepared are you? How prepared are you? The terrorist government of Nigeria have continued to empower the terrorists in the northern part of Nigeria. And the whole world is observing and watching without doing nothing. We are here and we are hearing about the new terrorist group springing out from the northern part of Nigeria. The only thing that the northern Nigeria can donate to their Nigeria is terrorism. The northern Nigeria are the ones providing the food soldiers for all manner of terrorists. Every kind of terrorist you can think about on this planet Earth, they have their foothold in the northern part of Nigeria. And the Fulanis are the ones providing the food soldiers. Which one are you going to talk about? ISIS is there in the northern part of Nigeria. Al-Qaeda is there in the northern part of Nigeria. Boko Haram is there in the northern part of Nigeria. ISWAP is there in the northern part of Nigeria. The Fulani herdsmen are there in the northern part of Nigeria. And today they have another new one that is springing up. And the new one are recruited online. We got the information that they are doing their recruitment online. I didn't announce it. Their own media carried it. And the military reported that Bakachu, or whatever they call it, the new terrorist group that has sprung up in Sokoto State, they have taken over some villages. They have unalived so many people. And today they are in charge. And already they are doing recruitment online. This is a very serious issue. They are recruiting online. And as they continue to do their recruitment online, more people are going down. More troubles are breaking through. More troubles is coming east, west, north, and south. Wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike, do not get distracted. Do not get distracted. Be focused. Be focused and always remember that only the truth can set you free. Remember that only you can set yourself free. You must defend yourself. Nobody is going to defend you except you defend yourself. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, I ask you to please do not expose yourself to danger. Do not put yourself in the hands of the enemies. Do not put yourself in the hands of the Janjaweed. They are going to come from all corners. They are going to come from all angles. They are going to raise hell. But I bet you, if you continue to stand your ground and do what you have to do, they will not come your way. As the Biafran government is preparing, we are not just preparing online, we are preparing physically on ground. I have said several times that the restoration of Biafra today is no longer online. It is done in the real. The reality of Biafra is my joy. The legality of Biafra is my joy. Everything that is done today is done in a legal form. There is no illegality in the pursuit of the restoration of Biafra. There is no illegality. Everything is done in legal form. And we must all continue to do what we have to do to support the government of Biafra. Do not be afraid. Self-determination fight is not a crime. Asking for self-determination and call for self-determination is not a call for war. Don't allow the enemy to intimidate you. The only thing that can save your life today is Biafra. I want every one of you to listen to the message of the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa today. He delivered an emergency message today. I want you to hear the message coming from the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, Mazi Simon Ekpa, before we can be able to go further.
This is the 11th day of November 2024, and I am here again to respond to a question by somebody who just asked me, Prime Minister, what do we do to sustain the peace and security we've brought to Biafra land? And I told him, and I said, I am going to make this video to respond because I know many people are going to be asking the same question. So here is my response. The only way to sustain the peace that we have brought to Biafra territory and to the Biafra people is to make sure that Nigeria never breed within our territory. The Nigeria terrorist army, Nigeria terrorist state police, and every arm carrying person under Nigeria within Biafra territory must not be allowed to breed, because they are the main cause of insecurity. They are the terrorists that have been terrorizing people, facilitating the attack against indigenous people, and shielding these ragtag terrorists when they come to kill. So we are not going to allow them to breed in Biafra territory until Biafra become an independent state, recognized under international community and the United Nations. I want you to take a look at where Nigeria is breeding, how the security situation are in those places. Take a look in Yoruba land. Nigeria is breeding in Yoruba land. 29,000 people have been reportedly killed by the Fulani terrorists. Look at the northeast, northwest, where Nigeria is breeding. There are many terrorist groups springing up on daily basis. Innocent women and children are being neutralized every day. Take a look in the Middle Belt where Nigeria is breeding. There are people who have given birth to their children inside IDP camp. And many of those children are today 19 years of age. What does that tell you? It means that people have actually left and fled their ancestral land and have been living in IDP camp for more than 19 years. And without any plan for them to reclaim their land. Their land is now being occupied by strangers. Who are those strangers? The fighters that were actually killing the people and chasing them out of their own land. Nigeria is breeding in the Middle Belt. And that's the reason why we decided that the solution to sustain this security in our land is to make sure that Nigeria never breed. And that's what Simon Ekpa is leading. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
You have heard the message from the Prime Minister. A direct message from the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, Simon Ekpa. He didn't miss word. We will never allow the Zoological Republic of Nigeria to breed in Biafran territory. We will not allow Nigeria to breed in Biafra. That is how to sustain the progress we have made so far, the security we have succeeded in bringing in Biafra land. To make sure that it remains effective, we must continue to make sure that the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, their terrorists in uniform and off uniform, will never breed in Biafran territory. That is the secret. Without that, there is no other way. And that is why the Biafran government is doing everything humanly possible to see that the Zoological Republic terrorists do not breed in Biafran territory. And that is why our place is the most secure, as you can speak now. It is the most secure. You can see the new terrorist group springing out in the north. You can see major kidnapping of children in large numbers in the north. You can see people living in IDP camp in the north and the southwest, but it doesn't happen in the southeast. It is because we don't allow them to breed, and we must not allow them to breed. The Prime Minister have another message. Today, update. I want you to listen to this message from the Prime Minister direct for you to understand there is no going back.
France, today is the 11th day of November 2024. And entire Biafra land is under lock and key in compliance with the Biafra government directive. I want you to understand, it is only in Biafra land that people are not running away from their ancestral land in the entire Nigeria. In Yoruba land, people are fleeing the ancestral land. In the northeast, northwest, middle belt, people are fleeing from the ancestral land. It is only in Biafra land, and the government of Biafra made it possible. But you know what? They would like you to believe that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out of the way, which is not possible. I have come. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm doing today in 5 years to come. Thank you.
You have heard our Prime Minister. A very direct and straight statement. Every single lie they are pushing against him is because they want to overtake you. They make you believe that he is the problem. They make you believe that Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is the problem. They want you to begin to go against him. They want to make you believe he's the one causing insecurity in Biafra land. But I bet you, the insecurity in Biafra land, you and I know that it is being caused by the federal government of Nigeria. They sponsor it directly and indirectly. They have pushed in terrorists that were recruited in the army, gave them uniform to come to Biafra land and commit mayhem. The insecurity in Biafra land did not start in the era of our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. If you say it started in Simon Ekpa, during the Python dance, all the way in 2015, 2016, Was Simon Ekpa there? Mazi Simon Ekpa was not there. He was still a one Nigerianist. When the Python dance was going on, Mazi Simon Ekpa was still with one Nigeria preaching peace. Was he there? He wasn't there. When they launched the Crocodile Smile, was he there? He wasn't there. When Biafrans were killed in the Anambra State and thrown in the Zoo River, were you there? He wasn't there. When Biafrans were shot at the Hedge Bridge, was he there? He wasn't there. Did this insecurity start today? It did not start today. What about the NSAS? During the NSAS, when your country was boiling everywhere, was Mazi Simon Ekpa there? He wasn't there. My fellow Biafrans, count yourself lucky that you have somebody like the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Count yourself lucky that you have somebody like him. Mazi Simon Ekpa is the greatest thing that has happened to us as Biafran people. His presence is the best thing that happened to us. And wherever you are, you have not yet begin to understand that. You have not yet begin to play your loyalty to him. I don't know what you're waiting for. You are going to face something you cannot be able to withstand in time to come. The Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa is a solution. That is why I appreciate people from Odimegu State. The Odimegu people who honored him yesterday, they welcomed him. And the Odumegu made him to bring out the fire in him. Mazi Simon Ekpa yesterday brought out the fire in him. And he became the new dawn. And he has promised that because of what was done yesterday, that he is going to do what he's supposed to do in 2 months' time. He wants to start doing it immediately. And he has promised to hunt down everyone that is fighting and standing against Biafrans. I want you to listen to this message from the Prime Minister. I can never listen much about it. Pay attention, hear directly from him. He has the solution and the whole world is watching. We cannot continue to allow the terrorist government of Nigeria to take the life of Biafran people. Let's hear from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa.
The best, the one I just show you, you will not see. Today. Yes. Yes. Welcome. Nnekwu mmadụ ka ebu iprove go that na n'ise n'ihe ji aga ije. O metụrụ ofu ụbọchị onye na-eti a. Wee sị gị that na ebubutere m nke ka ibubo. Biafra bụ obodo nsọ.
After God na you.
Biafra bụ ana nsọ. Yes. Maka anyị malụ ihe Chineke kere na Biafra. Yes.
Onye Trump melo chief of staff.
Asị na dike nweze anaghị akwa na mba.
Otu aka ọ dị.
The Dragon Master. Maka na afụnube m ụdị a before.
Yes.
Ịkwadoro akwado. Unu kpọtelu mmụọ.
Yes.
Ihe m ga-agwa unu taa bụ na struggle a echenjigo from this moment. Because of this single display, aga m eme ihe nchọburu ime in 2 months to come. Okay, ozugbo. Mark my word. Agwa m unu na Nigeria edego ihe niile ha ga-ede.
Yes.
Then the only na get sending a Finland. Simon Ekpa me. Nkana warm up na me press up maka ye game after December. Man okay bido me be no get. Maka na I chowa ewu oji. Tufu chejie. The Biafra land will never allow the enemies of our people, our culture, our belief and way of life to live the next minute. The earlier they pack their bag and baggages and leave our land for the defense of our women and children, the better for them. Nigeria, na convention, but can generate a legal document.
Yes.
I get easy way was wanine. Orugo kwa mbuno ga organize Biafra. Makana yana before up to this today is only awareness that now we are not wanted in Nigeria.
Yes.
It is only awareness that Nigeria was not created to favor every indigenous person within that Niger area. And so it is for the best interest of everybody that we go our separate ways to develop ourselves in the best way possible. So we can value and recognize our culture, our differences, and develop our land ourselves and compete among nations. Where criminals and fraudsters will not be vying into positions with the money they stole from America. That is what we are fighting for.
Yes.
All of you remember those who promised to bring 25 Hilos cars to kill our people in Biafra land. They are all involved in the internet scam.
Yeah.
Those who was bragging how they will bring the Hilos from Abuja to stop us, they are all involved. The local government chairman that was arrested by the FBI on multi-million-dollar fraud, they are all together. They are the people bragging how they are going to bring Hilos to kill our people in Anambra. Today, where are they? Na nke mmerụ joyi mmekwa ọzọ ejiri ọma anya ọma wee pụta Biafra ebu m ike wee bịa ọgụ a and no more ga end this fight. We are going to end to our next generation. Onye ọbụla ga-afụ ya n'anya onye si na ya ga ha nọ ndụ wee bịa Biafra bịa ya kwado dịkwa wele ya maka anyị ejide ha gị a na-ejide gị ọdịmegwu unu kpọrịta m dike today ọdịmegwu kwenu ọdịmegwu kwenu Biafra kwezonu
Thank you, my fellow Biafrans. You have heard the message from the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Exile. The game have just changed. The struggle have entered to a different level. And going forward, you are going to see some things that is going to blow your mind. That is why I am urging everyone that is watching this program, you must tighten up your belt. You must prepare yourself. Wherever you are watching this program from, you must prepare yourself because what is coming is heavy. What is coming is heavier than you expect. I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike to tighten up your belt because what is coming is heavy. When you look at the Prime Minister, you will see that he has gone out of human. He has gone out of human. And when you see the spirit of Biafra possessing him, he has told you that he's going to do what he wants to do in 2 months' time. He wants to start it today. He doesn't want to wait until after declaration. And I bet you don't know what is coming. If you know, you will be much more careful. You don't know what is coming. But I pray that you get ready for what is coming, because there is no going back. There is no going back. The Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Israel, has unleashed the dragon. He has unleashed the dragon, and I bet you things are going to happen. The earlier you begin to prepare yourself for what is coming, the better for you. If you refuse to listen or get prepared, you'll be consumed. Yesterday, our Prime Minister also gave an order. And that order is something that everyone in this very platform today must share. Share this very message. If you are in Biafra land, it is compulsory. If you are not in Biafra land, you have family in Biafra land, make sure you get this message to one person. Very, very important security message that was delivered by a Prime Minister. This is a security message that everybody must hold to their heart. Don't say you are not warned. Don't say you are not told. We have suffered enough, and enough is enough. I want you to get this message direct from the Prime Minister of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Very important.
People that are watching and following this program today, I just want to use this opportunity to send a very brief and very simple message to the terrorist representative in Biafra land. The time you kidnap Biafrans and enforce their disappearance is over. And of course, Biafrans that are going to be victims of this kidnapping by the Nigeria state, all you need to do is to lie on the floor of whichever or whatever vehicles that they are using to transport you. We may not be able to rescue everyone, but if you happen to be a victim of the Nigeria kidnapping terrorist group and those enforcing the disappearances of our people, if you are part or become a victim of this kidnapping, all you need to do not struggle with them. You do not have what it takes to defend yourself. All you need to do is, when they take you to their vehicle, make sure you lie down very well, because you don't know when the people that will rescue you will come. The only reason you are going to be succeeded in kidnapping, or they succeed in kidnapping you, is that we don't have idea of it, or that the Biafra Defense Forces don't have idea that you are kidnapped. That is the only way they will take you to their own destination. Otherwise, we will come with a heavy, more firepower to stop them. So if you fall a victim from today, being the 10th of November 2024, if Nigeria terrorist police and army kidnap you in Biafra land and they take you to their vehicle, make sure you lie down very, very well, where your head and nothing will show. Because that kidnapping, we are ending it. Anywhere we see anybody being kidnapped, forced into any vehicle so that we enforce your disappearance, they will be ruthlessly engaged. Except there is no Biafra security there. That is the only way, only when they can succeed. But once there are security of Biafra, you are mandated to go into action immediately to rescue that Biafra. Make sure those kidnapping those Biafrans are eliminated. From today, this will continue until we get to our convention, to make sure that our people are protected. The life of every Biafran is very important to the Biafra government, and we'll go to any length to protect them. We will give them the protection that Nigeria have denied them for decades. We are here with alternative to serve humanity and mankind. Thank you, Odumegu. And I will be waiting to address Biafrans in the next state. Thank you.
You have heard from the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Venezuela, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The message is clear and direct. You have to listen to it. Security information. Any place you are and the terrorist army or police kidnap you, don't struggle with them. When they put you into their vehicle, if they succeed, lie down on the vehicle. Just lie down flat in the vehicle. Don't put your head up. Make sure you lie down flat. The Liberation Army will rescue you. The only thing that will make them succeed that if the Liberation Army, they don't give information. Wherever you are in Biafra land, be a watchdog for your brother. Any place you see any Biafran being kidnapped by the terrorist army or police, make the report immediately to the nearest Liberation Army where you know. More especially in our groups, in any WhatsApp group where you are, put the information immediately so that the information will get to the Liberation Army. And I bet you that person must be rescued. Kidnap time has gone. They can no longer kidnap our people and transfer them to the north anymore. It will not happen. The Biafran government have gone to put a stop to the wickedness of the zoo. We end them no matter what they do. This Zoological Republic is not built for anybody. It's not meant for anybody to survive. The plan is to make us slaves, is to destroy us, and we will not allow that their plan to succeed. Fellow Biafrans, let us listen to this message from our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekan, to complement the program of today.
Because they are corrupt as black people for you. I don't want to spend time educating channels TV and the wannabe Hitler weekend on how Rivers was created, but I'll just touch upon it very briefly. I want you to understand that Rivers State, go to Wikipedia. After Rivers State, you will see a bracket. You said it is Igbo, IGBO, for information. Maybe tomorrow you pay them to check it. Oh, dear me. You were created in 1967. 27th of May, 1967, you were created. Remember what I told you people about Children's Day, 27th of May. Some of you don't know this, but I will teach you. Children's Day that you are celebrating coincides with the day that River State was created. That was the day that the Eastern Consultative Assembly gave Ojukwu the mandate to declare Biafra. That same day, the British intelligence got wind of it through BBC correspondent in Enugu. And Britain called Gowon and told Gowon what was happening and gave Gowon this advice that they themselves, being the British, the best way they have used over the centuries to conquer people is by dividing them. Divide them first, then you go and conquer them. Divide and rule. And go on that same 27th children, as I told you, the reason why they call it Children's Day. People don't know how important 27th of May is. It was on that same day as they were deliberating that River State was created. That same day. Are you following? People didn't actually go to school, writing rubbish and talking nonsense about the Constitution and all that rubbish. I look at them and I laugh because they are not educated. They didn't go to school. I went to government college in Wine, University of Nigeria and Sudan. Of course, SBS, Iguacha, School of Basic Studies in Port Harcourt. I went to London Metropolitan University. We are well read. We are well read. We know what I'm talking about. On that 27th of May, as British intelligence, MI5, got wind of the fact that the Eastern Consultative Assembly had granted Ojukwu the right to proclaim Biafra on the 27th. They told Gowon to divide Biafra. That same day, and River State was created. Weak, are you listening? Because you don't know history. You're a fool. You don't know. This River State, I'm a Rivers man. Rivers man. How old are you? You're just like those shouting one Nigeria every blessed day. Idiotic, moronic set of people. A man is 80-something years old, older than Nigeria by over 20-something years. And I'm asking you, before you become a Nigerian, who are you? I cannot answer. That is one thing I hold against Nigerians. And I will keep on holding it until their shame will sink into them. When I'm asking you, how old were you in 1967? I'm asking you. That was when your rivers was created. And you proceeded to go and start stealing properties belonging to your brothers. Because you don't want the land to kill you. That's why you said you are no longer idiot like you. If some of you have been following the news lately, you will see that they said it has passed the second reading or third reading, their restructuring bill. In that restructuring bill, they are now proposing to create a new state called a Neoma state with the capital in Ahaba, which some of you call Asaba, of course, because you're ignorant. You're all products of colonial rule anyway. And they plan to add it into Southeast. Ahaba, Delta State, Neoma, but not River State. Because Fulani is very lazy. They need to do to the rest of you what they did to Koni people. Then your eyes will open. By the time they'll be dealing with you, you'll be shouting and nobody will listen. Allow me to keep misleading all of you, like the idiots that some of you are. We used to have the same problem everywhere around Biafra land until we said no, enough is enough. We can go on, created you, Rivers, 27th of May 1967, the same day that the lives of Frank Obigo from Okrika, for your information, and a German was in Enugu advising Ojukwu. That same period, that same day, that same 27th, Ojukwu said, what shall we call this our new nation? After they had passed the resolution. And a German, I'm saying this because of this, Niger Delta, I'm a nation, other rubbish. I want you to listen to me very carefully. And a German rose up, Chief Frank Obigo, and said, the name of our new nation shall be Biafra. And Ojukwu asked him, why Biafra? Because Ojukwu himself, even a historian, an Oxford-trained historian, did not know. Frank Obigo whispered to him, not in here, I will tell you later what Biafra means. Do you know how God works? Ojukwu did not quibble, he did not argue. If Ojukwu wanted to dominate other people, if Igbos had wanted to dominate other people, Ojukwu would have just said, this new nation shall be called Igbo nation, isn't it? But you see, these people, I don't know. They said that the Zoo army is in Abao, they're looking for trouble. When they get it, they start complaining. The Nigerian army is now in Abao, perambulating and patrolling, looking for who to kill. When the angels find them now and send them to God for judgment, you start acting rubbish. Now they are patrolling inside there, but you cannot ask them to go back to the barracks and sit down. Because nothing is happening. As I was saying before, those vermins interrupted my train of thought. It's that same 27th of May, 1967. That day is very, very critical, I'm telling you. As Frank Obigo and a German was telling Ojukwu, later on I will tell you why I recommended that the name should be Biafra. And the Holy Spirit was upon Ojukwu. God was, angels from heaven were ministering to him, telling him, listen to Frank Obigo. And as soon as Chief Obigo finished, Ojukwu said the new name shall be Biafra. If Ojukwu had domineering tendencies, if the Igbos wanted to lord it over every other person, to conquer them, I think Ojukwu should have insisted on the place answering Igbo nation, isn't it? That's pure common sense. As the Fulanis are doing to the Hausa people up north. Isn't it? Of course, Ahaba is in Bito. Ahaba, Asaba is Ahaba. The name is Ahaba. Go there. If you go to Asaba tomorrow morning, you see the name there, Ahaba. Go and ask the traditional ruler. The Asaba of Asaba. Go and ask him, what is your name? You tell him that. If you go to his palace, you look at Ahaba. That's the name. Like a Ahabi name. Who doesn't know that? Is it all this nonsense? These corrupt, useless Yoruba journalists are writing every day that you're reading. That's why people who are born in Lagos sometimes, to be honest with you, I don't quite see them as normal people, to be honest with you. I'm being honest with you. All these people that grew up in Lagos and can all these places, they know nothing in their brain. They are the ones that will insist. The name is Asaba. It's a Haba. Go there to a Haba, you will see it. As you have a happy name. Common sense, they don't have. They claim they're educated. I went to school. I have PhD. Do you know who I am? Whereas your brain is empty. You know nothing, absolutely nothing. Ojukwu adopted the name Biafra. So Ojukwu was giving us the name Biafra, christening us Biafra. According to the advice of Chief Frank Obigo, one idiot or somebody I can't go on is saying, I'm going to divide you. I'm going to create Cross River, and I'm going to create a Goja State, and I'm also going to create River State. True or false? We can. I throw like you. What do you know? You go on channels and you're talking like somebody that fell from if I might have that fell from palm tree. I throw like you claim you're a lawyer, you know nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your brain is empty. Absolutely empty. That is why a fellow man like that will useless to your backside because you're an idiot. You're a complete fool. You know nothing. I feel sorry for those you are deceiving. Poor students. You raise in the zoo, you go to NYPC, your brain is empty, you know nothing. Absolutely nothing. You don't know your history. You don't even know the history of your own village. We should start by asking, what is the history of my village? I know where we come from. My village. I kept asking my father before he passed. I kept asking him, tell me the history of this Yamafolu, and he told me. The soldiers are molesting people. Catalan, where you're having your head. I hope you're listening. Channels TV, Yoruba journalists, I hope you're listening. That soldiers, Nigerian soldiers are in Aban right now molesting people. I hope you can hear it. When there is equal response now, you start writing your job. That's why I said that a black man should not be a journalist. We lack conscience. Black people do not have conscience. That is why you give chieftaincy titles to people who are doing 419. People like Hopos that can come and become a governor of a state. In the olden days, people like him will be exiled or sold into slavery because he's a thief. 419, Ghana. River State was created. And in fact, I want to direct now, you claim you're a lawyer and also Channels TV. Somebody should also email Channels TV as little as possible the Willing Commission report of 1958. Because I don't know, is there anything wrong with your brain cells? You people, you animals in the zoo animals calling themselves Nigerians. Is there anything? Are you sure your brain is not made of sawdust? Is there something in your brain that is stopping you from reasoning? I want somebody to send this very report, the Willing Commission report, to every idiot that calls him or herself a Niger Delta. Send it to them. Send it to them because the idiocy is becoming too much. This foolishness can no longer tolerate it. Send it to them. Ikwere, Eche, Ekpeye, Opobo, Ibani, which is born today, Orata, you know where? It's also in Ikwere land. They say they are not, we are from Guinea, near the upper palace, near this palace. Chai. Who did this thing to you people? Who did, I can understand. I know that black people by nature are very stupid. But it seems to me there are layers of stupidity. All these Niger Delta South people, it seems your own stupidity is incomparable. I'm telling you. God forbid. Oh, no wonder the Sultan can come to Bayelsa and own over 30 oil wells. Now you understand it, don't you? No wonder. No wonder Danjuma owns 15 oil wells. No wonder your land can be polluted and you can't do nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. What can you do? Nothing. You lament, you cry, and nobody listens. And they float NDDC, and their budget is maybe $1 million, and all of you are scrambling for $1 million. Whereas the Sultan of Sokoto preaching unity and one Nigeria is because of his oil wells in Bayelsa. And you're telling me you went to school. You're telling me you can reason. You are telling me you can think properly. Do you understand it? Do you understand it? Upobo, Iban, which the company, Orata, Oba, Ntoke are all indigenous Igbo extraction in River State. It is called River Igbo. I want you to go to Wikipedia now and type in River State on Wikipedia. You will see it. River State, the first bracket you see is Igbo, IGBO. People may wonder why am I preaching this all the time? Because I grew up in the village. And in the village, you learn a lot of things. Not like in the township, where you learn nothing. You live in a yard. I grew up in the village. And there is a saying where we come from. You can only show me my relative. You cannot show me my friend because I make my friends myself. You can't bring somebody and say, oh, come, this is your friend. No. If at all any of you have had the privilege of staying in a village, in a Biafran, typical Igbo village, Biafran village, for up to a week, let's say during festive season, what happens usually? If you can remember, if live, one of them listen, intellectual, listen. When you are in the village, during any festive season, how many times have you heard your mom or your father say, oh, come, come, come? They will call your name and say, come. Come and see your uncle. Come and see your aunt. Come and see your cousin. How many times? Because they are all your relatives. That's the only people they can show to you. Nobody can show you your friend because your friends you make yourself. Now you understand me? Going back to Wike and the Igbo people, or some not Igbo player, I don't want to generalize. After all, it was an Igbo chief that was coming to see me when I was in prison. The delegation of people coming to see me when I was in prison, if you go to the archives of the people coming to court, anytime I have a case, they will charter luxurious bus from Iguacha all the way to Abuja. It's an Igbo chief. Have you all forgotten? You have all forgotten, haven't you? So I am weak, I cannot make me to generalize, I'm not stupid. Who were the people that observed the sit at home, the lockdown yesterday in Rivers? I don't know the great people. Yes, and I'm asking you a simple question. So I'm not going to generalize. I am not going to generalize. Now listen to me. Before independence of the zoo, in fact, basically before the 27th of May, 1967, there was no identity crisis in Rivers. None whatsoever. None. I have said this thing to people many times. They don't want to listen. When I was arguing about the origin of the Igbo race, some people said they're anthropologists, they're historians, and all that rubbish. They were talking nonsense, pure people. And I tried to prove to them that the Igbo race is comprised or made up of three distinct people. Three distinct, I said different people make up the Igbo race. They were talking nonsense. I said to them that the best place, because our ancestors were very clever, how you know where you come from is by the names you give your children or the names you give your towns and your villages. And they said, how did I come to that realization? I said to them, do you know that the last phase that came, the house of Ephraim and Manasseh, that came from the Harish region of Israel, the last migration that came, those that passed through Ethiopia, that went through Rwanda and all the rest of it, through Cameroon before coming down to settle, crossing the Mambala River, and settling at Umwe and Aguleri. Do you know who they are? Of course, people do not know. They were the ones that gave the name. They were the people that realized that the oldest people on that land are the Igbo people. When they came to a place called Agolo, they said that this is the road that leads to the settlement of Igbo people. They named it Agolo, also Igbo, which means Agolo, where you pass before you go to the settlement of Igbo people. Agolo, Agolo, also Igbo. Also means the road that leads to. The same way you have Akole and also Akole. Also Akole means this is the road you use to go to Akole. I don't know if people are paying attention. They are the ones that said this is Agolo Zibo. This is Agolo. This Agolo settlement is the road you used to go to where Igbos are. Agolo Esiaga Ebendi Igbo. Agolo Ozo Igbo. I hope that makes sense to most of you. Now you understand. All of you fools blaming South. So, do you know that Aguleri people and Umwe can say they're not Igbo? Do you know that? Do you know that Uwere people and Arotu can say they're not Igbo? Do you know that some parts of Umbise or Hoho and the Begu can say they're not Igbo? Are you aware of that? Because the original people who were there can be found in a place called, you know, our names are very brilliant. Ibu. Hope you understand it very clearly now. You are following what I'm saying. I go back to the ruling commission. The reason why we keep having this debate all the time is because our people are not educated. I'm sorry to say this, but our people are not well educated. That is the problem. If you can take out only 5 minutes, anybody calling themselves Niger Delta, I'm Igbo, I'm not Igbo, I'm Anioma, I'm not Igbo. If you can take out only 5 minutes to read the Willing Commission report, white people wrote it, not blacks, then you will understand your stupidity. It will be staring you in the face. It's from where you came. According to Willing report, white man in 1958, way before, almost 10 years before Gowon created or gave you your new identity. More than I'm reading the report verbatim, white man's report, Willing, because they complained. Everywhere you go, Igbo man is there. In water, everywhere. We want minority. We want to be recognized. They call themselves minority. Is that correct? When Britain was tuning them. Because Britain wanted unrestricted access to our oil and gas. And the only way to achieve it is to tell Ogoni people, yeah, you see, you are distinct, you are different. Ever since they started telling Ogoni people that they are different, have they succeeded? The answer is no. They come to a job. Hey, it's a nation. You're different. Have you succeeded in getting your resource control? The answer is no. They come to the upper land of Igbo, which is from our crossing river. Not minding there is a place called Obibo. They tell you, oh, they hate you. This South, Nigeria, they hate you. Look for one Igbo nation only. Don't mind them. And some intellectuals and the flavor society, they want to divide you to weaken you. You have forgotten that our other people are Igbo people. Bone people are Igbo people. I want to challenge all of you now. You know, during the burning of the house of that straight Rasabutua, called, do you know who was the one appointed Directive Spiff? the one that just chased away from his palace now, as the governor of River State. Are you aware of that? No, you don't know, but I'm telling you now. That man they pursued a few days ago from his palace. He's called Alfred Directive Spiff, if I'm not mistaken. He was the saboteur that Gowon used to administer River State to spite Uchuku and Understand? So they created natural saboteurs. You see this man you call, what's his name, Edwin Clark. Do you know why I hate him? He's a father, he's an elderly man. I should be respecting him. Is that not correct? According to our culture. Do you know why I hate him with a passion? He was a saboteur. They made him Minister for Information. That's how they go. With the Janjaweed and their British masters, they gave them political positions. They now went back to go and convince their own people that Biafra is a bad thing for them to be part of because of political appointment. Are you following me? This man was sacked from his palace a few days ago. Are you listening to me? He was sacked. Do you know why he was sacked? I can't see the way on. Go and watch that video again. All the people from Nembe, I think it's Nembe in Brass, Tom Brass. I want you to go and watch the video of the indigents of Tuan Brass in Nembe or whatever it is, removing the very corrupt king Alfred Dear to speak. They were all speaking a dialect of Igbo in a Joland. Go and watch the video again and again and again. Are you listening to me? People ask me, why are you doing this? Are you begging them to join you? Why did you reject Igbo only Biafra? I said to them, as the Oriental Brothers sang in their song, Kabaka in those days, I am only identifying with my flesh and my own blood, the same DNA, the same heritage, the same value system. In a referendum, they will have the chance to reject me. Then if they do, I will respect it. That is their own prerogative. And forever and ever, we will make it as a law that is binding on every generation, that these are no longer your people. And I'm upholding you. That's what we're trying to do. We are not forcing anybody to do anything. I am doing what the ancients did. If you see your flesh and blood, you recognize them. That's all we are doing. That is all we are doing. I will get to the case of Ogoni and the rest of them later on. But I want our people to understand this. The reason why they are goading you or forcing you to adopt a different identity is because it will be easier for them to control you once we are divided. I have preached this gospel before and I'll preach it again. The only reason why they killed Kensal River was because the Igbos did not rise up to defend him. That's all. The reason why they did not kill me whilst I was in detention was because of the Avengers. Not Igbo people. Of course, IPOB was formidable. I mean, blocking Gate Bridge for 4 days. You know, who could have done that? And people ask me, why do I keep saying I will sacrifice anything for Biafra? Because they sacrificed everything for me. Head Bridge was blocked for 4 days. Avengers came out. Mainly Ijaw youths came out to say we'll blow up every Nigeria will not export any oil. Their number one demand was releasing Nnamdi Kanu from detention. How can I not preach about the unity of these people? Why won't I preach it? I hope that we can learn. I'm going to read the Willing Commission report for you. More than 98% of people who inhabit this area is called the Igbo Plateau of the Eastern region. You know what it's called? It's called a plateau. You know what a plateau is? Like Plateau State. It's a table land. It's a flat land. If you cross Ungwa, once you enter Ungwa, basically, if you don't know who the hills ends, you know why? Some of you that did geography, who the hills, the range of hills, where you have hills and you have valley. Like if you go to Olokoro, if you go, there are hills, there are valleys, and all that. It ends in Omwa. From Ungwa, it is now flat land all the way to the ocean. That was why the white man called it the Igbo Plateau. It is in the Willings report of 1958. Channels, are you listening? Wike, are you listening? I'm reading the report for you. They are all Igbo and they speak one language, though of course with certain differences of dialect. There are nearly 5 million of them and they are too many for the soil to support. They are vigorous and intelligent and have pushed outward in every direction, seeking a livelihood by trade or in service in the surrounding areas of the eastern region, in the western region, in the north and outside Nigeria. They are no more popular with their neighbors than is usual in the case of an energetic and expanding people whose neighbors have a more leisurely outlook on life. This is simple English written by a white man. Wike, are you listening? General Steve, are you listening? A white man said in 1958, these people that inhabit the plateau of rivers, I call Igbo Ocha, that is the proper name. You people, you are Igbo. You are intelligent. I'm not talking about Igbo people. You are very smart. You diverse. You travel out wide. You're energetic. You're hardworking. But the places you are going to, the people hate you. In the north, in the west, everywhere you go to, they hate you because those people are lazy. That's what the white man said. I didn't say it. It's here now in their paper. Hi. My goodness me. They hate us because we are hardworking. That is why they brought Ahmed Gulag to Owerri and killed him, that they may demonize and kill as many of us as possible. Because we are energetic, we are blessed by God. Everybody is in this together, everybody in the former Eastern region. This is what a white man wrote about you in 1958. Do you know what the white man said again? As I've been teaching you for a very long time, let me tell you what the white man said. Though there has been no great kingdoms or indigenous culture in the Eastern region, no great kingdom. The only reason why Britain hated us was because they could not have any one man to go to say, oh, tell them what to do. Because we had no kings. But the coastal chiefs means the job people. The coastal chiefs, those who live by the very close to the Atlantic Ocean, they grew on their trade with European merchant ships, simply slavery. That's all they were doing. So some of you that claim you're from a Joe, you're not Biafra, you are saboteurs. It's in your nature. You've been selling your products to the white man from time. You know me, I speak the truth. And I damn the consequences. When you see somebody from a Joe land as a traitor, it didn't start today. They started selling us to the white man. The betrayal is in their blood. Look at it with the Clark. Look at how they speak. But I'm not going to generalize. The man that gave us the name Biafra that most people said they don't want to identify with is an German. That is the most, that is the irony of the whole thing. I thank God for Franco Bigo. I thank God for people I cannot mention their names here because I don't want the police looking for them. From Ijola. I thank Tumpolo. I thank all of them. They know who they are. That have this thing at heart. I'm not saying that ego politicians have helped any matters. No, they made it worse. And sometimes I don't blame our brothers from the coastal region. In the year 1999, I've said this story. I've told this story about 1 billion times over, but I'll say it again tonight. When you were still running around or carrying bags for politicians, I left England to try to come to Biafra land to unite this great family. Then there was no IPOB. There was no agitation by anybody. This was before mass-up started. Before anybody mentioned Biafra to anybody. I was at a place called Obunabali in Igbocha, talking to the local chief, the traditional ruler there. And he said to me, my son, where are your fathers? This particular message you're bringing to me, your father should be bringing it here. A message of hope and reconciliation of all people. Because I sat him down and I lectured him about history and who we are, that we are one people. That was the day that I went to the office of Don Mide of Mosop. Ask him, he will tell you. The year was 1999. We've come a long way, haven't we? It's called consistency. I never change. Ask Mite, the leader of Mossop, what I told him in his office. I met him in his office in Niger Street. I'll never forget. That day, I was coming from the home. I don't know if it's late now, because it's a very long time. I was coming from the home of the traditional ruler of Obuna Valley. You know, Hotel Chester is opposite. Let Lord have mercy upon us. They don't know who we are. We have gone very far. Very, very far. I said Mossop. That was where I was copied the name from. Mossop. Movement for the survival of Ogoni people. That was the #1 freedom fighting movement that was instituted anywhere in the East. They are #1. Mossop was #1. Ogoni freedom fighters, they were #1. It was really merely copied the name because he was too lazy to do anything. So he just copied the name. Are you listening to me? The Rivers province include Brass and Degema. Brass and Degema were overwhelmingly in John. I told about one Brass a while ago where Dieter Spieth came from, where he was sacked a few days ago. They were speaking Igbo dialect. And then there was the Ogoni division. It is all here. In that very place, that time, out of a population in Rivers province of 747,000 people in the so-called River State, 305,000 were Igbo people, 240,000 were Ijo people, 156 were Ogoni people. The only 3 people mentioned, distinct groups mentioned in River State were Igbo, the owners of rivers, Igbo, Ijo, and Ogoni. Every other subgroup, you must find yourself under either you are Ogoni, you are Ijo, or you are Igbo. And the highest population of Igbo people in River State, the highest population of people in ethnic group in River State, Igbo people, in 1958. Dear me, dear me, dear me, dear me. My goodness. I don't know if I'm to continue or to stop, because sometimes I don't know if our people are actually absorbing what you're telling them. I don't know. Let me tell you what happened. According to the white man said, in the whole of the non-Igbo areas, the Ijo and the Ogoni areas, there were some fear that are being overrun by the Igbo. The Igbo includes Ikwere people, mind you, in their own land. There was fear of being overrun commercially and politically by the Igbos. If Agoda and Port Harcourt, which is Igbo, which are really Igbo, a white man, are you listening to me? I've forgotten all the, I've forgotten. I have other things to preach, but I want to educate this fool and Channels TV. Yoruba journalists, I want to educate you, because some of you are very daft, you know nothing. I'm reading what a white man investigated and reported upon in 1958. What did this white man say? The white man said, in non-Igbo areas, which is Ijo and Ogoni, they are afraid that Igbo man will overrun them commercially and politically. This Igbo man includes Igbo man, which is weakest lineage, weakest people. They said, if Ahoda and Port Harcourt, which are really Igbo, a white man said, Igbo is Igbo. The people that colonized you, said, Igbo is Igbo. It is here. Winning commission that you cried to. You were the people that petitioned him and said, we are minority. We are dying. Come and save us. The white man came and said and told you that Ahoda and Igbo and Port Harcourt are Igbo. It was considered a solid center of Igbo population. The fear and grievances of minorities. Why this commission was set up. After today, I will not read this very subject again. Please make sure, our media team, make sure you cut out this very thing. Anybody who talks nonsense about Nigeria outside, please cut this very clip and give it to that very individual, so they can receive some sense. I am asking them, I am giving them references. I'm not asking them to just sit in one place and accept what I'm saying. No, I'm asking them to go and do research on what I have said. On what I have said. The allegation was put forward by the council to the petitioners that the judiciary was predominantly Igbo, with the implication that this caused fear among those who are not Igbos. But it was clearly stated in the evidence by Dr. Udoma, the leader of UNIP, that no occasion could be adduced of the judiciary acting with partiality. So the white people concluded that the fears of the so-called minorities were unfounded, because this man, Dr. Udoma, came and said to them, show us an instance of impartiality by the judges. And they couldn't show anything. They couldn't. That tells you all you need to know. Some of you know the reason why most people from core areas, Cross River, Rivers, and the Goja region in those days were mainly, police officers. It was as a result of this willing commission. He was the one that recommended that, okay, if you are afraid that you're going to be overrun, okay, give them priority in the police service. That's why most of them were in the police. That is a historical fact. It is here. Anyway, Mika is done. I don't want you to get that fool anymore. Maybe tomorrow Channels will interview him again. Start talking his usual rubbish as the fool that he is. That is why somebody will go to Ahaba and ban Biafran flag. The same person banning Biafran flag were part of the people that came to the same Ahaba and massacred people in broad daylight. When I look at the irony of the whole thing, it baffles me. When I see people from Ogoli say they want to be part of one Nigeria, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Honestly, I'm horrified. You mean the same one Nigeria that killed Kensaru? That is why I say that sometimes people are very, very sick in the brain, honestly speaking. The same people today claiming the police, we are banning Biafran flags in Delta State. They know what they are doing. They have been forcing us all this while, trying to frustrate us, so that IPOB can say, okay, give us only 5 eastern, southeastern states, let's go. That's what they want. And any day we say they'll give it to us. That is what they want. And we are saying no. Because that wasn't what Elohim told us. God said, these are my children. From Igudomigod all the way to Bakassi, they are my children. They must be under one house. Different ethnicities, but under one umbrella. Later on, they can go their separate ways. I don't care. But insofar as this fight is concerned, so that when Fulani will be slaughtering you in time to come, we'll simply tell you, we told you so. As I'm telling all of you, I told you so. When I told about people in America, why do you think that they now love us so much in World Igbo Congress? Because I told them in no uncertain times that these people, they are coming. Yes, they are coming. They said, oh, how do you know? I said, I know, but they are coming. Have they not come today? Are people not running from Omaya, from Obakala, from everywhere they go? Yesterday night, say they have come. I told you they will come. I told you. In the year 2015, I told you they are going. It doesn't matter what you do, they are coming to the land from you. The same people that stood us up and shot us to pieces in our Sabah is telling us, you don't have any identity. You are what we call you. You are now Delta. But in the north, they call themselves Arewa. In the core north, I don't mean middle belt. In the Arewa. No one has actually said to them, okay, from today your name is Sahel. Since you're from the Sahel region, your name is Sahel. You're all Sahelians. But they can come to my land and say, you're a Delta. You're a Riverian. You're a Cross Riverian. God have mercy. But you cannot ask them now to drop the name Arewa and they will listen to you. They'll tell you no, they won't drop it. Let us call them the Sahelians. He says that from the Sahel. The the death is not in Ebo, instead is in Ebo, people that we are wrongly carved into Benue State. That is where the problem is coming from, please. And we're going to do, ESN is going there, we're going to deal with it. In the next few days, you start hearing stories. We're going to deal with it. A little boy wrote to me, and I've read what he said to me, and we're going to respond. In the next few days, men will be on the ground to defend those places. Don't worry about that. We know what we're doing. And I don't want to talk about Wiki again, it's irrelevant. Yeah, let him go and change his campus and go and meet Tambuwa. It's Tambuwa that will deal with him. Anything, he can say whatever rubbish he likes on Channel TV. My only happiness is that when he goes inside the bedroom, Tambuwa will deal with him. That's my only happiness. That's my only happiness. The killing of Igbo people in Benue State must stop. Governor Otom, a man that I like very much and I respect immensely, the killing in Benue State of Igbo people must stop. And the killing of fact of everybody in Benue State must stop, not just Igbo people. Everybody, the killing must stop. And if help is needed, that help will be provided. Yes, after every chon, after talking all your rubbish, my happiness is that in the night you'll be crying because Tambuwa will be on your back and be dealing with you. Be dealing with you. Idiot, fool. The killing of people in Benue must stop.
Thank you so much for listening to this amazing gospel of our Prime Minister, our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandegano. The Supreme Leader always has the message, and I bet you each time you listen to him, it will seem as if it is yesterday. We will continue to listen to the Supreme Leader of IPOB and continue to keep in touch with his messages. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are today, I want you to stand strong. Do not be deceived. Do not be distracted. Always be focused. And I want you to remember that our Prime Minister have given a security information, and I want to play that security message for us to listen once again. Pay attention to the security message of our Prime Minister so that you don't forget.
And the entire Biafra people that are watching and following this program today, I just want to use this opportunity to send a very brief and very simple message to the terrorist representative in Biafra land. The time you kidnap Biafrans and enforce their disappearance is over. And of course, Biafrans that are going to be victims of this kidnapping by the Nigeria state, all you need to do is to lie on the floor of whichever or whatever vehicles that they are using to transport you. We may not be able to rescue everyone, but if you happen to be a victim of the Nigeria kidnapping terrorist group and those enforcing the disappearances of our people, if you are part or become a victim of this kidnapping, all you need to do not struggle with them. You do not have what it takes to defend yourself. All you need to do is, when they take you to their vehicle, make sure you lie down very well, because you don't know when the people that will rescue you will come. The only reason you are going to be succeeded in kidnapping, or they succeed in kidnapping you, is that we don't have idea of it, or that the Biafra Defense Forces don't have idea that you are kidnapped. That is the only way they will take you to their own destination. Otherwise, we will come with a heavy, more firepower to stop them. So if you fall a victim from today, being the 10th of November 2024, if Nigeria terrorist police and army kidnap you in Biafra land and they take you to their vehicle, make sure you lie down very, very well, where your head and nothing will show. Because that kidnapping, we are ending it. Anywhere we see anybody being kidnapped, first, into any vehicle so that we enforce your disappearance, they will be ruthlessly engaged. Except there is no Biafra security there. That is the only way, only when they can succeed. But once there are security of Biafra, you are mandated to go into action immediately to rescue that Biafra. Make sure those kidnapping those Biafrans are eliminated. From today, this will continue until we get to our convention to make sure that our people are protected. The life of every Biafran is very important to the Biafra government, and we'll go to any length to protect them. We will give them the protection that Nigeria have denied them for decades. We are here with alternative to serve humanity and mankind. Thank you, Odmewu. And I will be waiting to address Biafrans in the next state. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening, fellow Biafrans, wherever you are listening from. I appreciate every one of you that has participated on this message today. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide, protect, and secure every one of us. Continue to focus on the restoration of independent state of Biafra. Do not allow anything to distract you. Do not pay attention to the blackmail and the propagandists. We must overcome. Biafra is very close. Our convention is going to start on the 29th of this month to end on the 3rd of December. 2nd of December, the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra will be made. And I bet you it will be a different ballgame. Before we go finally, I want you to hear this message from the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra.
I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. I will be here. Biafra freedom will come from diaspora. I promised them for many years, since 2021, that I will bring the Biafra freedom from diaspora. I want you to look around yourself. Is it not coming from diaspora? They thought they have locked everywhere. If you go to Nigeria, they kill you. If you do, they will challenge you. Come to Nigeria, so we'll take you serious. Come to Nigeria. Because I will not come to Nigeria. If you want to die, go and put yourself in order. I will not come to Nigeria. I will be here to fight for my people, and I will be here and free my people from Nigeria. When Queen Elizabeth was controlling you in Nigeria and doing amalgamation, was she there? Was she there? Queen Elizabeth, the same Londugard, was she there? I will do like her. I will be here and free Biafra, and then I will come to unify Biafra people after Biafra has been recognized. I will be here to fight because freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is coming from abroad. Freedom is coming from the United Nations. Freedom is coming from Washington, D.C. Freedom is coming from the European Union. Freedom is not coming from Africa. Freedom is not coming from Nigeria. Freedom is not coming from Abuja. Freedom is coming from America. It's coming from Europe. You don't know that, know it. No matter how sad and bad it sounds. But that is the fact. So why should I go to Nigeria where freedom is not coming from? It's coming from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us on this very program. I appreciate everyone that has connected, everyone that has contributed in one way or the other. And I wish you a very happy seat at home. As the Biafrans are sitting at home, please obey instructions. Wherever anyone is being kidnapped or you see any kidnapping, report it. The Biafran Liberation Army will rescue you. Whenever they arrest you anywhere and they put you in their van, make sure you put your head flat on the floor. Don't make your face visible. Make your face flat on the floor. The Liberation Army is going to secure you, going to free you. But on that freeing you, you don't know when they're going to come. Make sure you lie flat wherever you are. It's a security information. And I bet you the kidnap of Biafrans is going to end. I urge you to continue to pay attention and do your part. And Chukwu Okike Abiama will bless all of us. May Chukwu guide and protect everyone that have participated. May Chukwu guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba. May Chukwu guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nandekan. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I appreciate you and I thank you so much. May Chukwu be your guide. Stay blessed and see you again next time.